L'chaim, Todd Jordan.
L'chaim.
Hi, this is Vincent. I'm with Amanda, and we're here for another culture circle. Todd Jordan, what do you have? What book is that?
Oh, this book is a really special book that I have, and it's about my grandpa Hudson and some other ancestors that come from our tribe. And I've been thinking about my grandpa Hudson a lot lately, and my grandpa Vincent Mercier. John Hudson was his grandpa, so he's one of my grandpas, and this book is full of his stories that he told and different things that he did in his life that are really interesting to me.
Nice. What are some of the things he talks about in there?
He talks about all kinds of things. If you ever heard the story of Ollapus and Humlatet, that comes from here, of coyote and turkey buzzard, and the big disease, haws sick, that's in here. He talks about games people used to play a long time ago and that people still play today. He talks about different foods we ate and still eat today, and just all kinds of ways that our ancestors lived.
So when you're reading the book and you're remembering your ancestors and learning about their teachings, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel really good, makes me feel strong, makes me happy to be from Grand Ronde and from the tribe, and it makes me thankful for our Kalapuya ancestors that have passed on teachings to us to help us today.
Awesome. That's good. Yeah, it feels really good to remember
Yeah.
my ancestors, and learn about them and ask my family questions about them, and it makes me feel stronger in my heart.
Yeah, it always makes me feel stronger too.
Mm-hmm. Well, Todd Jordan, I brought a friend with us today.
Oh, you did?
Do you have your drum?
Yeah, I have my drum.
Okay.
I always do.
What song do you think we should sing?
Well, I've been thinking about the ancestors a lot and the things they taught us, so I can sing a song that comes from Tot Bobby. A lot of you know this song. It's called, we call it Traveling with Our Ancestors, and that's exactly what it's about.
Jordan for singing that song.
Oh, mEkmEk the.
L'chaim. Naganim Quichity.
Quichity, Kalamaiga.
Floosh.
Sloosh.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing really good. How are you? I just asked you that.
Yeah. Well, I've been hopping around outside. I live across the street
Yep.
Me and like a bunch of my relatives, we live in that field across the street.
I see you sometimes. You're hopping around and then jump into the bushes really quick whenever I walk up to you.
I'm fast, am I?
You're really fast. I hardly ever see you.
But I've been watching you lately.
Oh, yeah?
You've been outside a lot with your family.
Yeah. We spent a lot of time outside the last few days.
Yep. I smelled some interesting smells. I saw some big flames.
Yep.
What have you been doing?
Oh, we've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been thinking about my ancestors a lot lately, and we went and gathered camas like they used to.
I live in the ground, like, with the camas.
Oh, yeah, you get to see camas all the time. Do you ever eat it?
I think so.
Well, I love to eat camas, and I wanted to cook it how my ancestors did, so I built a camas earth oven in my yard.
Oh.
And that's what we were doing. We were cooking the camas in the earth oven, and it takes a long time.
Did you dig in the ground?
Yeah, I dug in the ground. Do you dig in the ground ever?
Yeah, I dig in the ground all the time, then I burrow in, and then I get in there, and then I sleep. Is that what you did?
No, we burrowed in there a little bit, but I'm not quite as good of a digger as you are.
Oh.
But we dug a little pit, and we built a fire, and we put camas in there and cooked it in the ground, but it takes 3 days to cook that way. So we were outside a lot, watching the fire, and then because we built the earth oven and had to sit by it
for how long?
and take care of it for 3 days, we were outside a lot. And we were thinking about our ancestors even more because I was doing the earth oven the way my grandpa Hudson taught us how to do it. And so when we were out there, we were like, man, we should play a game or something. And so then we started playing Islakuma, stick game.
Oh, I heard you singing.
Yeah, we were playing stick game, and then Isla beat me. But,
she always does, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's really good at stick game. She's super strong. But we also had an idea with this nice fire going. We had decided to cook some skokwal.
Yum.
Some eel.
Well, actually, I don't eat that, but it sounds good.
It is really good. And we cooked that over the fire. How my grandpa Hudson also taught me how to do it too. And
did Isla eat it?
Isla ate it, and Vincent ate it for the first time. He loved it. So we did all sorts of really fun things like our ancestors taught us, and it was a great time.
Nice. Well, I'd love to hear more about stick games and skokwal. I just don't know very much about it.
Oh, well, I have a book here I could read that talks about the salmon and the eel and how they play stick game, and it's a nice story. I could read it for you right now.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Here, if you could
I'll sit with Vincent.
Little Vinny and I'll read it.
I'll hug this little friend right here. There we go.
This is a book by Crystal Starr, and it's called The Salmon and the Eel. One day, Salmon and Eel were having a gambling game. Salmon was very lucky at gambling that day, and Eel was very unlucky. The two of them played their game until night. When they decided to stop, Salmon had won all of Eel's fine furs, all of his dentalium, his best baskets. Salmon had even won Eel's house. Eel was very sad. Eel sat thinking for a long time. Finally, he said, "Salmon, I'm going to play one more game, and I bet my bones. I'm going to win this game." So they played, and as usual, Salmon won. That is why today the salmon has many, many bones. And the eel has none. Kabit Kagwa.
Well, thank you for reading that for me, Todd Jordan.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Glad you liked it.
I think it's my time to go back outside, though.
Okay, well, thanks for stopping by.
All right, it was good to see you. Good to see you, little Vincent. Good to see you, Quoth Amanda. Okay, I'm gonna hop away now.
Okay, Oski Quichity.
Well, that was fun. I like this book. It had some of the things that we were up to in the last couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should take our friends now on a kind of a journey with us because we've been filming a lot. We've been in our backyard a lot, working on this camas earth oven, and we put some footage together for you. So we're gonna clip to that.
All right, sounds good. Let's go.
Hi, my name is Isla, and this is Vincent, and this is Jordan. You probably know, and we're doing some hard work today. You see over here.
Yeah, we wanted to share with you what we're doing here. So, like we talked about last week, the camas was almost ready, and since we talked to you, it got ready. And so I went out and got a little bit of camas, and I decided to do a big project. So I'm gonna build a oven in the ground here to cook my camas, just like our ancestors did. And it's a lot of work. Yesterday I went and dug camas with Tot J and got a little bit of camas. I got the firewood, I dug this hole, I built this oven, I built a fire in it, and now today the oven's ready to use. And so I want to show you what I'm going to be doing. So here's the oven. I dug this hole and I put these kinds of rocks in there. And I'm going to be working today and tomorrow and the next day. Probably about 3 days to cook this camas that I got. And I'm going to do it just like my great-great-grandpa taught our family. And I'm going to try it out. This is my first time ever doing this all by myself. And it's normally something that you would do with a big group of people. But because we're staying home and staying safe, I'm almost doing all the work by myself. It's a lot of work. But I really am excited, and I want to take you along with me and let you see how it goes. So with that, I'm going to start chopping wood. I'm going to get a fire going in that pit there, and I'm going to heat those rocks up and have a fire going for about 4 hours. Get it nice and hot. And then after I get that going, then we'll do the next step, which is putting a bunch of leaves in there, put the camas in there, more leaves on top of that, then we'll bury it, and then we'll put rocks on top and build another fire on top of the oven. And we'll keep that fire going for about 2 days.
We can't wait to cook the camas because we really want to eat it because that's really yummy to our tribe, and it's native food. And here's all the camas we did.
Come in and show them. It's just a little bit of camas there, because we're just trying this out. And later today we're going to go pick the maple leaves, and we're going to get our leaves ready. So let's get started.
Let's get started.
So the fire's been burning for a long time now, and it's getting really hot in there. I think it's ready for us to start putting the camas in. I went and gathered these maple leaves right here, and we're going to use that to help us cook our camas. I'm going to go ahead and try to take the wood out of this fire and then clean that pit out. And then we'll try to get our camas in there. So what I want to do is put a nice layer on the bottom. Nice thick layer. Just like that. I'm going to stick my bulbs right on the middle. Feels like an oven. Woo! That's some good heat. And we're going to cover that up. More leaves. There. Now we're going to bury that. Grab my shovel. Put a layer of rocks on the top of it. And these are special rocks. From volcanoes. So they're really good at holding heat. Well, I think that looks good. So now I'm going to take that fire I pulled out of the pit, I'm going to put it back over the top. So now I'm going to keep this fire going right here for the next 2 days. This fire is going to go. And then we'll have our next step, which will be opening up the oven, taking out the leaves, and looking at what happened to the camas bulbs. Hopefully they'll be nice and ready to eat. But if they're not, then we'll just put them in longer.
Hi, my name is Ala, and this is Jordan over there, and this is Vincent. You can see probably. We are just cooking our dinner, and we wanted to show you, so come along with us. Over here is where how I'm eating hot dogs. Now here's the fire, which you will probably know why it's here, because the camas is cooking them.
In the fire?
Not in fire, down underneath. It has to cook for 3 days or 2 days, but after 3 days or 2 days, it will be ready completely. But we're just getting started. Over here is charcoal. It is here. Enough people, some of you tasted this, but others haven't. But anytime you can try it, but especially now. But you have to be social distance doing it.
So we've had the camas in there for 2 days. The fire went out, and now we're gonna dig it up and see if it's done and ready to eat yet. These rocks are still warm. So I got my antlers here to pick up the hot rock. So I pulled all the rocks out of the oven. These are all the rocks that I used. You can look down in there. So hot it turned the ground red, almost like bricks. Here's the camas. The oven worked too well, and they're really, really cooked through.
So it turned out when we went through them and looked a little closer that though they were burnt on the outside, if you kind of peel that outer layer off, that really strong camas, so it survived. And there is a bulb in here that we've been eating, so I'll eat a little bit. It's really like sweet tasting, kind of like a prune. And Vincent likes it. Oh. He does like it. I like it too.
Tastes really good cooked in the ground like it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Well, that was really fun to make that camas oven the way my Grandpa Hudson taught me. And thank you for coming along and watching the video with us.
yeah, we hope you had a good time. And, you know, one of the things when we're stuck at home and we're in quarantine, still social distancing, we still like to call up our family, call up our grandparents, and we can ask them questions about our ancestors and remember them. And that's one thing that helps keep us strong when we're at home. So that's just one idea of something we can do.
So we'll just keep staying home and staying safe and doing those things that our ancestors taught us that make us feel strong.
All right, you have a good rest of your day. Bye.
Oski.
Afki.